I wanted to go somewhere that was completely different from America, and that's India. You can go to Europe and there's going to be similarities and things like that, but going to India was so much different than here, and even more different than I thought it was going to be once I got there.
I've always wanted to travel. I haven't, when I was growing up, I haven't really traveled that much, so I figured the opportunity would be now while I'm at school.
I just wanted to get out and branch out and, completely get out of my comfort zone and just try something new. And so I was like, I want to do something with kids, so if I find something that sticks out to me that has to do with kids, maybe I'll look into it. And I just happened to be like walking down the hallway one day and look over and see a poster for the India trip, and I was like, you know what, I think I'm going to do it. Pre-trip class was kind of like a preparation for our trip, and it kind of explained some of the cultural things we should expect, and kind of just got us starting to think about like, why are we going on this trip, how is it going to influence us and them, and just kind of tried to prepare us for what we were about to get into. It really started to make me realize like, oh, okay, I need to be aware of the gender differences or like the health differences, hygiene stuff and all that, and so it definitely helped. So we spent a lot of classes together doing some of the travel stuff as well, and getting lists of this is what you need to remember to bring that you maybe wouldn't have thought of, and we're going to do visas together so that we're all on the same page and making sure everyone's passports are in and all. So we were kind of doing that as a class, which was actually way more helpful.
When we landed, we were in the smog of Delhi and it was very dirty outside. We stayed in a nice hotel, but you could tell what the country was like just from our few minutes traveling. But when we got to HOINA, it was just completely different. We went through a busy village and then we got to this kind of rural area with farms, and it was just very peaceful and welcoming and very colorful. Like all the fences were painted bright colors, and we got back really late and we were all very tired, but the second we saw the girls' smiling little faces, we all like woke up and they're just asking us, "Sister, what's your name? Sister, this is my name," and just automatically were just interacting with us. And I just woke up. I remember like being really jet lagged, and then I just remember smiling for like 3 hours after meeting the girls and going to sleep like excited about HOINA.
It was the most special place I've ever been to. From the very first night actually that we got there, we went to see the girls and they just called us sister, and they were just so welcoming and loving, and it was just so special, and I know that there's no other place like it.
HOINA, it's children up until they're done school, so if a child wants to go to college, HOINA helps pay for that. So a lot of the children, they come back from school and they study right away. Some of them, you have to haggle a little bit, but a typical day at HOINA, they get up, they eat their breakfast, they go to school, and when they come back, they have some playtime, and then it's study time. While we were there, one of my absolute favorite times of the whole entire trip was the Christmas celebration. Prior to the celebration, we had the duty of wrapping gifts. Each child received one gift that they asked for, and another box full of toiletries and little candies and stuff. So we did wrapping, organizing beforehand, and then on All Kings Day, we all got together and had a Christmas celebration, and it was so much fun and it was so awesome. Every single kid had their name called, and they were able to come up in front of everybody and receive their 2 gifts. And they had to wait till the very end to open them, which was very hard for many of them. So at the end, they all opened their gifts, and it was just amazing seeing how excited they were and how happy they were to just receive one gift.
While we were at HOINA, we were able to provide them with some general first aid and some CPR information so that they could help the children or the staff when need be, because HOINA, the closest private hospital, which provides the best care, is an hour away.
It meant a lot, actually. I was really excited about that because we worked really hard. We did a lot of research, and after we taught the girls, I know a lot of them came up to us and were so thankful because when we talked to them before, a lot of them didn't know anything about what a Heimlich maneuver was. If someone started seizing, they kind of just leave them there.
The staff seemed really grateful, and it felt good to be able to teach them things that I have been taught, and in turn give it back and help them.
I'm a gerontology minor, so part of my studies is on older adults. And before I went, I did some research on how older people are taken care of in India. And HOINA sponsors an old lady lunch program where they provide lunches for women for 6 days out of the week. So we were able to go there and help serve them lunch and see them, and it was just really great. Even though none of us could speak the same language, we still were able to communicate with each other, and I could see how happy just the one lunch made them.
My favorite part was definitely being at HOINA and playing with the boys all day, every day and stuff. I miss playing cricket. But then the Taj Mahal was beautiful too, and all the architecture that we saw in the north and stuff, the Qutb Minar. All the architecture is amazing because it's been there for thousands and thousands of years, and it hasn't been destroyed or anything, so that's just really impressive.
It was definitely more city-like in the north, so it was kind of a scene that you would probably see in America or things like that. The south was definitely your more country, your slum kind of area.
The houses up the north were more modernized, whereas in the south you'd see a lot more villages and huts and more people.
Indians pay 20 rupees to get into the Taj Mahal, and Americans pay 750 rupees, which, 750 to us doesn't maybe not seem like a lot, but it's a big difference when you live in India. So that really surprised me, and especially when we got in there and the line that wrapped around the building, it was forever long. Indians and then foreigners were just kind of able to walk up and just go into the Taj Mahal with nobody saying anything. It was just kind of oh, you're here and you're put first for everything. That blew my mind. I was these people live in this country, and basically an Indian built this Taj Mahal and they're here to see it too, and they had to wait in line for everything, and then we just got pushed to the front. That really surprised me about the north and tourist things in general.
A lot of this class is just reflecting on what we learned and how we've kind of changed our thoughts about poverty. And then we're doing the documentary, and then we're also writing a big paper about everything that we've learned and our specific experiences and stuff. So it's mostly just reflecting on what has changed or might not have changed.
When I got back, I was just I felt different. I felt very happy, and I remembered how happy the kids and the staff all were all the time, and I wanted to be happy that, so happy about life too, like them.